Y'all, it's time for us to do a little cleanup, a little maintenance, a little spraying in the indoor grow space. Hi, welcome back to Kim's Cozy Corner. Y'all, we're just playing in the indoor grow space, and I wanted to play with you at the same time. Well, y'all, I've been home almost a week, and I am still trying to get everything back together, including, catching up on work and things like that. So I figured I was going to spend a little time in my little grow space down in my basement. And I'm like, hey, why don't you guys hang out with me? So the first thing I'm going to have to do, y'all, is get this hair put up because it's a little warm down here today. We've been working super hard trying to get the house back together after being away for so long. Now I have a few minutes to work on the garden space or the indoor space. So let me turn the camera around and show you how things are doing. I gave you a garden update after being away for 2 weeks, and that video was 5 days ago. So I'm just going to show you this little bitty space we're going to work in today. So there is my blueberry bush. And y'all, when I say I think it's trying to bloom, I'm not joking. And the only light it has is that Vivosun light that's right up there. But it's happy. It's happy to be out of the cold weather. And I have it just sitting inside my grow tent here. I had it inside that bag there, the pot inside the bag. And I was watering it that way. And I realized the bag had a hole in it. So I now have it sitting on a little thing to catch the water. I still need to clean all that up, but there it is. There's the blueberry bush. And y'all, it's pretty big. My goal is to keep it healthy so we can get it outside. And then we have our lettuce right here. So it's been 5 days since the last video, y'all, and that lettuce done got even bigger. It done got even bigger, and it's spinning too fast for you to see. Let me slow it down a little bit. Now, one of the things about the lettuce here is that this lettuce, it's kind of hard to see this because of the color of the lights in the indoor grow space, but my light is super far away. It's way up there, and the lettuce is way down there. So those brilliant reds that should be on this one, and I believe one other one, they're not there. But just because it doesn't have those brilliant reds doesn't mean that it's not going to be good eating. So we will wait for another video and we will do harvesting of lettuce among other things, y'all. It's looking good. It's looking really good. And the infestation that we have going on over here on these plants over here, I've already treated for them twice in 5 days, and I'm getting ready to treat for them again. Mostly everything on, so these were aphids, y'all. They were white aphids. At first, I thought they were spider mites. They're not, they're white aphids. There's no webbing whatsoever around any of these plants. These are definitely aphids. Now, these are what I call dead aphids because, y'all, I soak this thing so heavy with my neem oil that hardly anything is moving. Hardly anything. And there's a whole bunch of spots on the bottom of my grow tent, which you might not be able to see, but they're teeny little spots. And that's where they've been falling off. The more I move it like this, the more they fall off and hit the floor. So we're still working on it. I'm getting ready to treat it again right now with neem oil. What else is in here? Ah, my potatoes. So I have purple Viking growing in here. 5 days ago, I showed you this plant that had popped up, and now there's another one right over there that's popped up right there. Now there's another one in here somewhere. I don't quite know where, but I'm sure it'll pop up really soon as well. Now, I like to give my potatoes a support. Sometimes I put them in my rack space back here and let them grow up through the racks here to give it support. But y'all, I don't think I'm doing that this year. I found one of my mighty crops indoors, so we're going to use the mighty crop to give this one pot support. So let me show you. So this is what's called a mighty crop right here. And the potato plants can grow up in between this right here. I had to take 2 stakes versus 1 because my stakes were so small to hold it up and in place. But we're going to grow the potatoes up and through this here. That way I still have flexibility to be able to slide that pot in and out and around this grow tent so that I got room to move around now that we're having to share it with a blueberry bush. So I'm going to step back and just show you holistically how much space we're really working with. This is a 4x8 grow tent. It's 4 feet deep and is 8 feet long. And I have racking on that side over there for my young seedlings, and I plant hundreds of seedlings. And then I have 2 green stalks in here. There's the one. We're just now starting to build on that yellow one over there. I think it's called lemon. And then I have racks over here as well for seedling. But y'all, that's the whole space. It's not that big of an area, but this area will give us fresh vegetables all winter long. So let me stop playing around and let's take care of this infested, these peppers. Aphids can fly, at least this type of aphid can fly. And I need to continue to treat so that they never get big enough to grow wings and fly all over my house. Right now they are contained. I want them to stay contained. So let me show you what I'm going to use. So this is my neem oil max right here that I've mixed up into my sprayer here. And we're going to spray this really, really good. As I did my research, basically any kind of soap or neem oil, anything like that should take care of these aphids. And I've had spider mites inside before, y'all, but I've never had this many aphids inside. So we're going to give it a good spray right now, and then we're going to fertilize. I brought my good sprayer in. I've been trying to just reuse different types of sprayers from the store, but y'all, this is my good sprayer right here. It's going to drench everything really well. Is it just me, or is there anybody else that absolutely hate the smell of neem oil? Ugh, stinks. And y'all, I just got this sprayer from the store. Nothing special. It's whatever they had in the store at the time. I wish you could see just how green these plants are, because they are super, super green. Now, since I am spraying a ton of neem oil, y'all, we're going to have to definitely, when we get ready to harvest, we got to wash everything up really, really good. I don't see any infestation on any of the lettuce or on the blueberry bush, but I'm going to keep watching it just in case. We're going to be super, super careful with everything growing over here. Anywhere I think we got issues, y'all, we're going to take care of it. So we're done with spraying the neem oil. We're going to let it settle because, y'all, it's in the air and I don't like the smell of that stuff. So now we're going to work on fertilizing the garden, right? I just showed you how nice and green it is. We want it to stay nice and green. And I like to fertilize every 10 to 14 days. And y'all, I'm already over 14 days because it was 2 weeks when I got back home. So we are going to fertilize with Fox Farm. I already have multiple containers over here filled up, trying to speed things up so I'm not wasting a lot of time trying to prep. So with my Fox Farm, I like to give it a good shake. I'm going to go ahead and get this set up for all of these containers. I'm going to put 1 cap full in this 1 gallon container here and 1 cap full all the way across. When you are fertilizing, Depending on what you fertilize, depends on how much fertilizer you need to use, and it also depends on the name brand. I am not fertilizing seedlings, right? Little teeny little bitty plants. I'm fertilizing full grown plants that I would have outside in the elements if the elements would allow it. But since they don't, we are indoors. So 1 capful per gallon is kind of how I like to do it. So I got it in all these containers. I need to mix it in. And then y'all, I need to reach over there and start watering. But I got to let that neem oil die down first, y'all. Whew. While I'm sitting here and I'm waiting, I'll go ahead and take a minute. So for the next few videos, y'all, I'll be telling you about volume 3 of my seed starting journal is out. I added location to the journal. That's the biggest thing that I added, but the garden notes are in there. Location, garden layout, your garden plan is in there. And y'all, we're going to be needing this book very, very soon, especially for our southern gardeners, because in here, the garden plan allows you to list out everything you want to start from young seedlings, and it gives you a planned date. So you don't have to keep going back to your seed packs or anything. It's all right here in the book. You can say, hey, I plan to start onion seeds in December. I plan to start cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower in January. Whatever it is, you can put what the plan is. So you can quickly pick this book up and say, oh, yep, I need to start those seeds as soon as possible. And then once your young seedlings are ready to transplant out, it's got a place for you to put the date for that as well. And now y'all, it's got the location. So anyway, just wanted to let you know about volume 3 of the Seed Starting Journal. I made it for me, but I am adding things to it as different subscribers and members of my channel tell me, hey, Kim, what about this or what about that? So we've been trying to get it updated based on what we as a community want in here. So, y'all, that Nemo still smells. It still smells very bad. But I need to get this stuff watered in because tomorrow, y'all, I am going to start seeds in the second and third tier of that yellow GreenStalk. So I need to have all of this other stuff done so I can work on those 2 tiers tomorrow. And of course, you coming with me. You always come with me. But y'all, it smells in here. Nemo stinks. Nemo stinks so bad to me, but it gets the job done. So we have all of our containers set up, ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and get over here and start watering in that 4-tier GreenStalk. So let's take a look. So that 4-tier GreenStalk right there, if I was outside, y'all, I would just water it at the top. I would just flood it and I'll let the water run out the bottom. But y'all, I am in my basement. I can't do that. So this is for my new folks. But I have in between my GreenStalks this pan right here. And I have the hoses angled into this pan. So if I overwater either one of these GreenStalks, y'all, it's going to come out these holes and it's going to get caught in this pan right here. I still need to water much slower to make sure that I don't flood the basement, but at least I have something to catch it if too much water comes out of the GreenStalk. So I just wanted to show that. I do have my GreenStalks up on 2x4s. So that's 2 2x4s sitting on top of each other, long side flat down. So that's giving me just under 4 inches. It's like 3.5 inches or something like that tall to get the GreenStalk up and off the floor. I have it on my ultimate spinner. And then the ultimate spinner has a hose going into this 10x20 tray. It could be anything, y'all. It doesn't have to be a 10-20 tray, but something to catch that water as it comes off. So that's the setup. Now let's get that fertilized. All right. So we will start with this one here. I'm going to slowly pour in a gallon of water. I'll probably do a half gallon and then I'll probably stop, wait a little bit, and then come back with the other half gallon. For 4 tiers, a gallon is enough when I'm indoors. I don't have to water as much when I'm indoors. The water doesn't evaporate as quick, and it's not 100 degrees in here. I got air moving, right, keeping the air circulating, but it doesn't take that much. And down here, I only have 1 tier. And so this is only like a third of a gallon, and y'all, I really don't need that much. It's only 1 tier, but that's what we're putting in here. So plenty of lettuce, which we will harvest in just a few days. But we got our lettuce being fertilized. We got our GreenStalk being fertilized, and we're going to hold off and wait and see if we need to add more. I am not going to water or anything this blueberry bush, y'all, but y'all, it's getting new leaves on it. I really do believe it's trying to bloom. If it blooms, you'll get to see it bloom with me. And normally, if I was outdoors, now I typically don't give a liquid fertilizer to my potatoes. I normally don't. But we're going to do it today because all my water has fertilizer in it. So it's just going to get it today. So I have everything in some type of container to catch the water. And that's what we'll need to do to not flood the tent. I'm just looking at the GreenStalk over there to see if I need to add more water to it, but I already see the water coming through. I don't know if you can see it, but I see water coming through to each of the different levels. There's water coming through up there. It's coming through down to this level here. And then the last level is down there. So we are not going to add any more water at this time. And y'all, look at that mess over there. I still got to fix that. Whew, that's another day, y'all. Another day, just not today. All right, y'all. I just wanted to share just a little bit of work because, y'all, I'm really not in the mood to do a whole bunch down here today. Not a whole bunch, but we did our insecticide or neem oil to take care of our pest issue. We've watered everything in. We've fertilized everything, and you got a 5-day update. I think that's good enough for today. Tomorrow I'll be back, and we will be finishing up the yellow GreenStalk with some more goodies, and I can't wait to share that with you. So until next time, and I hope there'll be a next time that you hang out with me at Kim's Cozy Corner.